Gotta let it breathe. Take your time with it. Ain't no rush.
Welcome to King City.
Imagine. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow may never come. About to call it a night, man, the day been done. I roll a big blunt, that shit longer than the bridge, and I let it burn just to get over shit. I'm focused on focusing. Lately I've been noticing I ran out of places to hide my pain before I wrote the shit, and now I hold it in. Hide the tan, show the grin, hard sleeping with the feet. I was made for the wind, stand on my 2 feet. I was made for the bends with the drop top back, baldy blowing in the wind. Closer to God, no front or facade, I leave that for y'all. That's not my MO. It never been mo. As far as sin though, I'm trying to get green like the gecko gets from Geico. Nothing's accidental. Me and rapping been through, but I had to spin through shit. I wanna hear some new sin too. I could talk that shit, I could walk that shit. Put me anywhere on this earth and I'll New York that shit. If I was on that shit, you know I off that shit. You got the crown, homie, how I never lost that shit. But hold on, bow your head, let us pray. For these little motherfuckers being led astray. You're fucking with the kingpin to only get you 8 on the food chain. You the nigga getting fed to prey. My flow been first class since 2nd grade. You been in the way like the letter A. But it's never no hard feelings unless I am hard dicking. 2 dark women bad enough to be God's goddesses. Even then, my focus is on winning. Kindly help her find the door if she can't help me with it. Too witty, anti-social, nothing you could do with me. Balls by the pound, verbally I curl at least 250. Let's keep it a buck, like 250s. Everybody got somebody ready to buck like 250s. I would grant you 2 wishes. I be the genie, chicken today, tomorrow, lobster over the linguine. You made a scene when you see me in 3D, ha-has, hee-hees. In the end, I was chiefing with Chiefy in a teepee. High as hell, talking about karma real. Ain't it crazy how that nigga Bill waiting on a pill? Like speaking in code when you speak to the bros. In other words, he just said you reap what you sow. This shit is deep, I know, but it still make you laugh. Like when Martin said you can't fall out the bed if you sleep on the floor. Wake up dead if you sleep on my flow. You let a nigga slide once, you gon' end up with a slippery slope. I'll stop here, let my symphony go.
Yo, what's good? I had to let that rock for a minute because this episode is going to be based on a lot of emotional shit. I want to salute my sister, Stiletto Diva, in the building. How you doing this morning, sis?
Good morning.
Yeah, we got the shades and the glasses going on today because I don't want no eye contact. No eye contact. But today's episode is going to be on toxic relationships. I'm very interested in this one, sis. I see you got your reading glasses on, so let's go.
It's Professor Leto today.
Professor Leto today. Yo, before we get started, man, if you ever want to get some So Crooked merch, you can hit us up directly. Get your So Crooked sweaters, hats, and we also got the new So Crooked sweatsuits out now, man. You can hit us up on the DM on So Crooked NYC at Facebook.
I need
Instagram,
my Professor
Twitter.
Leto.
Oh, the
t-shirt.
Professor Leto, we coming out with those?
When we talk about shit like this, we got to get the Professor Leto shit with the glasses.
Heard you. So, sis, today, toxic relationships. How we gonna start this one off?
Okay, so I looked up the definition of a toxic person because I feel like it's the end thing now to label everything toxic because you don't agree with it.
Okay.
Like everybody's labeling certain behavior as toxic.
Right.
But a toxic person is anyone whose behavior adds negativity and upsets your life. So it kind of, I guess, like, but you're not about to get on my nerves one day and I'll be like, oh, you're toxic. I can't fuck with you. Like, we be dragging shit. Like, our people
What if
know
you
how
get
to
on
drag.
my nerves every day?
You get on my nerves every day. If I get on your nerves every day, it's clearly a you issue and not me.
What? Run Run that back one more time.
I said what I said.
So, because you getting on my nerves every day, that's my problem.
It's your problem. Absolutely.
Why you
I'm
can't
fine.
just be a person that's just, getting on somebody's nerves?
Because it's not me, it's you.
Are you speaking from a place of personal, or are you speaking for the masses? Because a lot of, at least
Well,
for me,
if it's involving me and you have a problem, it's you and not me. Because I'm fine.
okay, so now there's a lot of different levels when it comes to toxic relationships. It could be
Absolutely.
emotional. It could be what I've gone through all my life, which is lack of. Make sure I choose my words wisely. Self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women want to base, or at least from my being in the world, I cannot make you validate how you feel about you, and then in retrospect of you trying to make me validate how you feel about you, the relationship itself becomes toxic because now you're looking at me like, oh, you're not making me feel beautiful. You're supposed to make yourself feel beautiful first.
It's the
Fuck.
steam of your motherfucking self.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
But,
that's
but, now
I'm
listen
listening.
here. If we're discussing your mate, everyone wants to be loved and feel appreciated and acknowledged. Everyone wants to be seen in
Okay.
relationships. It's important that you see your person. So it's not necessarily you have to constantly be, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, or you're toxic. No,
Some women need that
no.
though. That's the problem. Some women need that.
Some women need it, or they just realize that you aren't giving it to them.
I think is that they need it because you could be giving your all, the best that you being all you can be. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
sometimes it still ain't enough, and it's like, damn, like I change whatever needed to be changed to make the relationship work. I'm critiquing certain things, but you just can't seem to be happy. It's like, well, where do we go from here? I did everything you asked. I'm changing. I'm fixing. I'm critiquing. I'm doing all the things that you asked, but you still got this attitude all the time, and we still at each other's necks.
But
What
do you
what what
realize
is the problem
when
here?
when we ask for change of people, we're not sometimes prepared for what comes with change.
But
Changing of
okay,
everything that you've known is difficult because you're stepping outside of your fucking comfort zone and you're doing things differently and you're doing things on a we level as opposed to a me level. That's a whole fucking different kind. And who knows the person that you're going to be after that change. So we got to be careful what we ask of people. And I personally, I never ask for anything what I'm asked of anyone what I'm not willing to do for myself. You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
That's
So
that's a
I
that's a
think
very
that
big thing, and I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people don't. They'll ask
the
somebody for
toxic
something that they won't give up
they
themselves.
won't do themselves. The toxic comes in at like, okay, you wanted these change and you standing on these changes, and I don't like it. So now I'm going to keep triggering you and I'm going to keep poking you until you revert back to the person that I'm comfortable with, which make that's toxic. That's toxic because you're not who I'm comfortable with. And I wanted you to change and you changed this person. I'm no longer comfortable with you being this new person that I asked you to change into. I want you to go back. So I'm going to do everything that I can to trigger you and get the responses that I need so you can go back to the person that I'm comfortable with.
Women, boy,
That's toxic.
I tell
That's
you, women.
toxic. It ain't only just women, boy. Don't start your shit.
Nah, but listen, if we in a relationship, first of all, communication is very important. Got to have
Mm-hmm.
communication.
Absolutely.
So if you are communicating with me and saying like, listen, I don't like this, but then I change it, but it's not to the magnitude of what you wanted me to change it to. You have to explain that to me. A lot of people tend to get, all right, prime
And then I could
example.
say, look, I could be like, oh, men,
Yeah,
because y'all act like y'all got to be walked through everything.
men are very
That is
simple.
common sense. It's
Men,
not, y'all are not simple.
We are
'Cause
simple. All we want to do
simple
is
shit.
be fed, fucked, and be able to watch the game in peace. That's all we
That's
want.
toxic. That's toxic. That's
How,
toxic.
how is that toxic? That is basic shit that any woman would win running with that analogy right there.
I I I I
Cook for
I I,
him,
I beg to
fuck him,
differ.
and stay out his way when the game is on. I guarantee you'll have a
I
happy
beg to
life.
differ. Because some men are just creatures that want more. You can give a nigga everything,
Minnie, what's
everything
good?
on his imaginatory list. You can give a man everything on that, and he gonna still fuck your sister.
Well, Nat.
Toxic.
All right, listen, we gonna touch
Hey,
on
mini
that.
baby.
Women do the same thing now.
We don't do.
Oh,
Well, I think our
a
toxic is
man
different.
a man mess up. It could be something small. She'll hop, step, skip to my loo right into another nigga pants. Off
Oh
the.
wow! Who hurt you, kid? Who hurt you, kid?
I'm just saying. The littlest of thing you hear girls all the time. Oh, I don't want no broke
The
nigga.
wind
He
blows.
gotta have a
And here go y'all toxic nigga poking something. You can't do that because
black men
y'all.
don't cheat.
All right, I had to make sure. Okay, just okay.
Salute to all my brothers.
Black men,
I'm here with y'all. We riding in
black men do
solidarity.
cheat.
Black men don't
Black
cheat.
men do cheat because they don't. First of all, it's not all, and I won't even say black men in general. Y'all don't even know who you are. And y'all will be older in age and still don't know who you are as a person. So y'all out here seeking a bunch of different things. Like, how can you satisfy a man who really doesn't know what he wants? Toxic.
You can say the same thing about a woman.
Toxic.
Listen, women want stuff that. Here's another thing with the toxic relationship. Why do women want things that they don't have or can't acquire themselves? You want a man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Check it.
Just say that.
Check it. You know, you hear women out here all day. Oh, dude gotta have a car. He gotta have a house. He gotta have a 9-inch dick. He gotta do this. He gotta do that. But baby girl, do you have a car? Do you have your own crib? Do you have a 401k? Do you have all these things that you are asking for men?
Okay.
If you do,
Okay.
more power to you. But if you don't,
Okay.
have a seat, ma.
Okay. But then we have the men who I want exotic bitches. She got to be a sun waist, fat ass. But meanwhile, your big back wick wearing mama who raised you don't fit any of that criteria. You and your 5 brothers have all different fathers. Y'all are living in public housing. You're putting
Salute to all my
standards on
niggas in the
women that
trenches.
you're putting standards on women that your mother didn't have. And that's the bitch that raised you. I'm not calling y'all mamas bitches, but just the same. Don't be expecting shit from me that your wig wearing mama couldn't provide for you.
Yo, salute to my brothers. We in here heavy, man. Black men don't cheat. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the boy Bug.
I'm not even looking at the comments because I'll go off tangent and I'm gonna lose. The fact that we're talking about toxic relationships and
Listen,
the toxic
Minnie in
area
here.
that we're living in.
Your sister Minnie in here is putting up a
My
good
sister
fight.
Minnie is gonna hold it down. I
She
got
putting
you,
up a
sis. You
good
know I'm
fight.
coming. You know I'm coming. Because men are exactly. She said, when men are way more complicated than trying to wax your own pussy hairs. Because just when we think we got y'all and we understand y'all and we're being supportive of y'all toxic motherfucking needing a hug ass niggas, y'all
Needing
switch it
a
up.
hug ass niggas.
Yeah, because let's be real. A lot of the toxic fucking behaviors that are from men are stemming from their mommy issues.
I beg to differ. And I beg to differ. All right, go ahead.
Your mother issues. Y'all have mommy issues. Y'all have daddy issues. Y'all actually don't know what it is to be masculine men. Because to y'all, being masculine is just being uber aggressive, loud, and just full of shit. Full of shit. Y'all are, how many men you know go to therapy? Let's talk about that. Y'all are fucked up, and y'all didn't get fucked up on your own, granted. Just like women, we fucked up too. We didn't get this way either. But women will acknowledge our shit before men do. That's why I think there are way more toxic men out here than toxic women.
You done?
No, I'm not done. Now I'm gonna talk longer because I feel like you wanna we're not gonna turn
Nah, I
this
hear
into
you.
a
I hear
women
you though,
bashing
sis.
thing.
I
We're
hear
not
you.
gonna turn this into a women bashing thing
Nah, I
because
hear
that's
you.
not what is about to happen. It's a lot of damaged motherfuckers out here damaging people. That's where this whole toxic era has come from. It's
Okay.
damaged people out here damaging. Like it's a lot of y'all niggas that are damaged, yo. And it hurts because as a black woman, I'm trying to love y'all through it. I'm trying to love y'all through it because I want to see us win as people. I want to see our black men win. I value black men. I love y'all. Y'all are fucking amazing when y'all are on y'all shit. But when y'all not, ooh, Paul is looking really, really good with that 800 credit score.
Okay. Now I heard you out, and you had some very key points, and I'm not going to say and take that away from you. But what I will have to say, when it comes to men, and you saying that we being like still got mommy issues and daddy issues, let me explain something to you. As a man, especially
Have a good day, baby.
especially a black man,
Call me when you get off.
the traumas that men have to deal with are way more intense. Let me not say that because then I'm gonna sound like I'm woman bashing. But listen, when a man steps his foot out the door,
I
he is
almost agreed with you just
he is
now. You should have finished
automatically
that
battling
sentence.
the world.
You should have
Automatically.
finished that sentence. I almost agreed with you.
Nah, because I don't want the girl. I don't want them at the
No, I
crib with
agree.
pitchforks and all that.
No. Y'all have it rough. Y'all have it rough.
Super rough.
But
So I'm like,
the
my
toxic
thing
in y'all
is,
don't even acknowledge the women who hold you down.
but my thing is this: in today's era, you got the hot girl summers. Everybody want to be hot girl this, hot girl that. Niggas is on the defensive. It ain't like before where we could find somebody and open our heart and just be like,
You
well,
know why
babe, I'm
y'all
going
are on
through
the
all this
defense?
drama. Let me finish, because I
You
heard
know
you.
why?
I heard you. Let me finish. The reason why men don't come to their women with the drama because girls out here nowadays is on some bullshit. It's hot girl some of this, it's hot girl some of that. Or I want a Birkin, a nigga gotta have this. It's a lot of pressure out here for men. You know how hard it is to be a man right now? You gotta have the bag. You gotta have the package in your pants. You gotta sit here and have a car, a crib. It's a lot of pressure on us brothers out here right now. And then on top of that, we gotta deal with y'all lip.
I got you, bro.
So we got to deal with all that. We got to deal with the outside world, getting money, bringing it back, make sure we got establishment, 401ks, credit score got to be 750, all this, all that. But then the female, you coming into the relationship
You
with
should
a
want that
fucking
for
bag.
yourself.
You
You should
come
want
into a
that for
relationship with a
yourself.
bag.
You should want that for yourself. A woman
Of
shouldn't have to
course,
tell you
you
to have
should
no
want that
esteem.
for yourself. But everything happened gradually. These women is putting pressure on niggas out here. What? Listen, half
It's
of the
not pressure. It's not
70% of the
pressure.
niggas that's locked up in jail
Wanting
is
you
got
to be better
when
is
you do the
pressure.
backstory, it got something to do with a woman.
Wanting you to be the best version of yourself is pressure because no one
Don't skip the
around you.
Malu over that. I said 70% of the incarcerated men, if you do the backstory, has something to do with a woman.
Because of ego.
Is it always ego, or is it trying to
Because
hold
of
up?
ego.
Is it ego? Yeah, all right, fine. You want to say ego
Because
is
of
one?
ego.
Ego is
Yo,
one thing.
Google. Yo, do
Ego
the
is one
next
thing.
thing that you be doing
But
and
maintaining a certain
pull up,
lifestyle to keep a female,
pull
there's
up
a lot of niggas is in jail for
toxic,
that.
pull up toxic masculinity. Let's drop the definition for toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. All right, keep talking. I'm on
Toxic
it.
masculinity.
All right.
You're saying that low key, you're trying to say that men are in jail because of women. Your ego won't even allow you to, instead of having that mentality, let me go out and get it and do all kind of shit in order to get it. To y'all got a lot of y'all men got a lot of women on y'all teams. That's the biggest asset that you're gonna ever have.
How many girls is passing up to do their work at McDonald's?
What?
How many women out here in the world is passing up the dude that works at McDonald's? Mind you,
My
he's
nigga,
slow.
first of all,
He's slow
I
grinding.
like McDonald's. I
He,
like McDonald's.
you talking
Slow
about
money is
you?
better
I'm
than no money.
Leto. You speaking for most of the women out here, especially the ones that, ladies. If y'all in this chat, answer it 100% truthfully.
And
How many
wait,
girls
don't
is checking
McDonald's
for the
start
nigga that
at
work at
18?
McDonald's?
McDonald's is starting at 18 or $19 now, I heard.
Leto, you know good and damn well ain't nobody checking for no nigga that work at McDonald's.
My nigga, I like Big Macs. I like
Yo,
them.
you know good and damn well ain't nobody checking for nobody that work at McDonald's, Leto. Come on, man. Stop it. This is what I mean by it's a lot of pressure out here on dudes to
But
live
this
a
is what
certain
I mean.
type of
That's your
lifestyle.
ego. Let me tell you something. I ain't never shoot a nigga down for what he do in life. I shot a nigga down because he was just corny. A nigga at McDonald's that shoots some shit and say some fly shit to me and get my attention, I'm going, if you, first of all, you can make me laugh, all right, you in. If you can make me laugh, you're in. All right, but is McDonald's your career? Like, are you trying to own this McDonald's, or are you just trying to work here to get like sneakers or do whatever like that you need to get done? Is
Don't
McDonald's even your first job or your second job? I have
don't
questions. Like,
make see. And this all right, I'm glad that you say that. At least you asking questions. Because there are certain in McDonald's there are levels to
they
grow.
going crazy in these comments.
McDonald's there's levels to grow. You could even get to the point where you could buy your own franchise. But a lot of women don't check. The prime example is because you're a little older, so you're a little bit more
All right,
mature.
15 an hour, 18
These
to be a
girls out
manager.
here is not checking for the dude working at McDonald's.
To get something going. That's because, first of all right, a lot of these
Hold on, we
girls
gonna
out here,
pull this up. Toxic
a lot of these,
masculinity.
toxic masculinity. Please, please, please. Fact, sis, is McDonald's your stepping stone? Exactly.
Is McDonald's my stepping
Employment
stone?
period. Yeah. Valencia Untouchable Luni. Is McDonald's your stepping stone? That's my sis. Hey, touchy.
I just
And then
said
my
if I'm
sis,
working at
employment
McDonald's and I be
period.
like, you know what? I want to
Employment
be the
period. I can
McDonald's
work.
king. If I want to be the McDonald's king, I want
My
McDonald's
nigga.
all over the
And I'm gonna
country.
throw that crown on my head, and I'm gonna be the queen. I'm gonna hold it down because while you building that, I'm behind the scenes and I'm scouting locations for us, and I'm making phone calls, and I'm trying to contact McDonald's and see if we can get our own burger named after us because we don't like that. Like I'm pushing for everything and supporting everything that you want to be, black man. Because again, I just want to see you win. Y'all are toxic.
A nigga walk up to you in the club.
Wait, where did toxic masculinity go?
All right.
Where did it go? I saw it for like 2 seconds. I need to see that.
Yeah, sis, it's up there.
But I don't even know why I asked you because you be getting.
Don't ask me to look it up. I'm gonna find the easiest way for the men to win.
Right. A cultural concept of manliness that glorifies stoicism, strength, virility, and dominance, and that is socially maladaptive or harmful to mental health.
Listen, let me ask
you feel me? Toxic masculinity. That's what a lot of these men suffer from.
That's not toxic masculinity. See, this is the
thing. Mean?
As a man, I understand what I'm up against. As a man,
they just said that about that's you, toxic masculinity. Go ahead, sir.
Whatever. All right. Listen. If you want to label me that, I guess I'll be that. But at the end of the day, if the dude working at McDonald's walking to the bar, you in there, you looking nice, you got your heels on. He just coming to get a drink. He done had a long shift, but he see somebody he like. He gonna go talk to you. Hey, how you doing? You gonna see them golden arches on that polo and be like, yeah, all right. What up? Most women, I can't even say you, sis, and you know I'm not capping. They gonna see them golden arches and turn the other way. Don't even get me started on the peer pressure.
I have a reason for that, though.
What's the reason? He working.
He is.
He got an honest living.
A lot of these young girls that are out here today were raised by young girls. Okay. Right? Keep in mind, Big Mama is 45 now and Grandma is 30 something.
Right.
Keep in mind. So when you know the backstory, like show me the child or show me the mother, I'm gonna show you the child, or show you the child, I'm gonna show you the mother. A lot of time these girls are being raised by women who don't have positive images of men. How many times do you heard a girl say that they were raised by someone who told them, don't go out this house and come back with a wet ass and empty pockets? That's toxic. That women are toxic too. I never said we weren't toxic.
But
That's toxic. So why are you placing
aren't the kids
value
supposed to
in
be an
her?
elevation?
They should be. But this is what I'm saying when I say like it's a lot of damaged people out here damaging people. Like it ain't gonna start with just you or I going to therapy. This shit is deeper than motherfucking Nino Brown.
Okay.
This shit run deeper than Nino Brown.
So in other words, the mother is basically grooming the daughter to,
because they're so young. Because guess what? She was groomed that way. And they don't even know that mindset is negative. They don't know that mindset is toxic, because unless you grow and elevate your mind as a person, you can't break.
My dog over here going crazy. First of all, the
crazy.
dog don't agree with you.
The dog is a guy. He wouldn't agree
Dog
with
don't agree with you.
The dog is a guy being raised by a toxic male. So
as a woman,
yeah.
Check this out. As a woman, and I hope the females in here are not gonna rip my head off. Matter of fact, I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Talk your shit.
All women gotta do really is just stay
Watch
cute.
your mouth, though.
Stay cute and maintain.
Oh my God.
Stay cute and maintain. What I mean by stay cute and maintain, meaning that you
say something like this.
Listen, all you have to do as a female is just stay cute and maintain. All the extra stuff, don't put so much pressure on your man.
Should she get a little apron and run around the kitchen and ask you, have you eaten today, baby?
Oh, you really want to go there?
You want me to rub your feet?
You want to go there?
Take your shoes off, daddy. Did you have a rough day?
Listen, the big mama that used to do that still married to her husband 30, 40 years later. These girls can't even keep a nigga past a week.
And they miserable.
Are they?
And they miserable. Yeah, they miserable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you trying to tell me that the hot girl summer is more lucrative and more refreshing to the soul than being a actual wife?
Hot girl summer is fun. I've participated in a turn up or two in hot girl summer.
Okay, but when you do that, what makes you think that a man is going to sit there and put all that pressure on himself?
It's not a lifestyle. It is not a lifestyle. And I don't even like it being labeled hot girl shit, because why we can't go out and enjoy? I work hard.
My man Ray Lodge in the building. I gotta read this. Ray Lodge is in the building.
No, I don't want to hear shit Ray gotta say. We about to block him.
Ray Lodge was good, baby.
There's nothing wrong with celebrating accomplishments and living free and doing what the fuck you want to do. Why ain't gotta be so negative being a hot girl?
Why does it gotta be so negative being a hot girl? Because
this hot girl pulled herself up by her bootstraps, got out the hood. I've always maintained a vehicle.
Nobody's arguing with your accomplishments.
Hold on, I'm not. Let me finish. Okay. So I'm not allowed to celebrate who I am, and it didn't come from a man.
Okay.
And it did not come from a man, so I'm not allowed to go and celebrate my accomplishments. So you think it's wrong for a woman to expect a certain thing from a man? Because what I'm bringing to the table, I got 2 more tables attached to that.
Yeah, but that's not the definition of hot girl summer though.
But no. I think y'all see these bitches out here, so y'all don't even ask her why she turning up. Ask good sis why she turning up. Y'all just see these young pretty bitches out here having fun with expectations. That's what you men don't like. A woman that has expectations and make you stand on that, because y'all niggas be out there fronting and flossing like y'all really got it. So a bitch press you and make you stand on it, then it's all of a sudden she gold digging, it's all of a sudden she toxic, or she a hot girl summer bitch. And come on, city boy, what happened?
All right, I'm gonna answer that. You just sat here and talked about all your accomplishments, and as a woman, I commend you on that. But at the end of the day, you and I know what this hot girl culture maintains. This hot girl culture does not maintain anything that you just said, sis. What you talking about is a grown woman summer. That's what you talking about. You talking about grown women summers, grown women shit. Like that ain't no hot girl shit. Let's address the situation at hand. These girls out here is fucking and sucking these dudes for a couple of dollars, selling them a dream, making them feel special, turning them into simps, and then at the end of the day, sitting there and laughing about it. Sis, how many times have
y'all out here selling, these niggas are out here selling dreams too?
Oh yeah, listen, I'm never gonna sit here and sugarcoat that. This is the get back. This is the
Stepping
get
out.
back. What's going
What's the
on
get
right
back?
now with women? This is the get back. I'm not even going to sit here and try to sugarcoat it. This is the get back. Niggas be prepared. This is the get back.
Oh God.
But understand this is like, that's what I mean by it's a lot of pressure on dudes, because if I don't maintain a certain level of lifestyle, there is a chance, depending on the type of female that you're dealing with, there is a chance that I can lose her. And if you are not a strong individual in yourself, you are going to literally break your back trying to keep up with the Joneses just
Toxic
to maintain a
masculinity.
certain lifestyle for said woman.
You don't
And
think
then
that
on
that's
top of
toxic
that,
behavior?
hold on, sis. Then on top of that, on top of me going out in the world and trying to maintain a certain lifestyle and structure that you're accustomed to or that you're comfortable to, then on top of that, when I got to deal with your lip too.
You got a lot. You got a lot to say about an opinionated woman. What's wrong, kid?
I'm just saying, like most of the homies that I know, they that
You want a bitch to be barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen and her mouth shut.
nah, you don't gotta be
Yes,
quiet,
you do.
but you don't gotta be quiet, but you just gotta understand.
So
You
you
gotta
don't think
you gotta
fucking
tap
touch
in.
on your shit?
You gotta tap into what it is that your man go through on a day to day and assess it in your vocabulary. If you know that your man, same thing with men. I'm not just saying it's a one-way street. Men too, because at the end of the day, if you got a woman and y'all got kids together and she's dealing with the kids all day while you outside, you know, when you come in the crib, ask her questions like, yo, everything all right? How was your day? Boo, boo, boo,
How many men
boo,
do that?
boo, boo, boo,
How
boo.
many men do that? How
A
many men
lot.
do that?
A lot. Let's not put that out there. A lot of
How many
dudes
men
ask
do
that
that?
question.
How many men? You know how refreshing it is to have someone ask you, "How are you?"
Sis,
I mean, really.
sis,
How is your day going?
sis,
What's going on with
in
you?
your immediate circle. Let's use the women in this group that's chatting right now. Let's use your immediate circle. How many women have good dudes that ask them, how you doing? How you feeling? Is everything all right? You need some
I'm
money?
not saying
This,
if you
that, and
don't
the
do
third.
those things that you're not a good dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, listen, I'm talking
I
not
did
me.
not
I'm talking
say
about
that. I
the
did not
girls
say
that
you don't.
you're around and the men that they deal with.
I think they have great men around them. But
Okay.
that's not to say that all the time these motherfuckers is asking them, babe, how you day? Yo, sit back, come here, let me talk to you. Sit down on this couch. Look, yo, let's go sit in the bed. Let me rub on your legs. Let's
How
talk.
many times do your
How many
homegirls
men do
ask
that?
them? How many times do your homegirls ask them, yo, let me rub your
First of
back.
all,
Let me rub your
first of
feet.
all,
How was
the
your
women
day,
in
babe? You
my
need something to
circle, we
drink?
are so emotionally tapped in to ourselves. We don't, again, ask of someone that we don't supply. We are that. We are that. We are text message throughout your day. What's going on? We remember in a conversation you had about a nigga at work that got on your nerves. Babe, did you fuck him up yet? Keep calm, King. You got this. We are very much that
That's
person.
it,
And when you
bro.
come home,
Dudes sell dreams too.
they
Okay.
definitely do. And when you come home, we are actually interested in what happened in your day. What stressed you out? What can I do to make you better?
Let me show you what niggas do. This is what niggas do.
There
And
you go.
any guy in this chat, please answer. When you got yourself a woman that don't want to cook a hot meal, especially after you've been working all
Jada don't
day,
count. Jada don't
a
count.
girl
I'm
that
talking
just
about.
be
He gonna live.
just nyang, 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 all day. What is the key thing that every guy do? What do we do, fellas? When we pull up to the crib, we sit in the car for a good 5-10 minutes. Take a deep
That's
breath.
called decompressing. That's called decompressing. You should do that before you walk in, because anything bad that happened in
Oh, nah,
outside
we
of
not doing that because of the world. We doing that because we realize the bullshit we about to step into.
Oh my God.
We done left one crazy ass world, and now we about to enter another crazy ass world, depending on the
Ever
type of
cared
female
enough?
you got.
Have you ever cared enough to ask why she's yin 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 yin? Because I don't know women that do that for no reason.
Yo, fellas, tap in. I don't want to be the only one answer. Tap
Who
in.
does that? Like, so women just nag just to be nagging? Are you serious?
Sometimes
First
women
of all,
nag and don't even know they be nagging.
First of all, it takes a lot now for me to like open my mouth to say certain shit, because I know a lot of the times it's my shit that's annoying that I'm seeing in someone else that's annoying me. So before I actually speak on something, I think about it. Is this what's really bothering you, Leto? Tiffany, sometimes, because Tiffany got to check in and talk to Tiffany sometimes. Tiff, why are you really mad? Why are you really mad? We got to do self-assessment sometimes before we open our mouths. That's what I do now.
Okay.
But do you as a man take it and be like, yo, let me ask her what's wrong? You outside talking about in the car, rolling like, here go this fucking bullshit. Let me just smoke this before I go in the house, get my mind right. Why you gotta do that before you go into your house, where your house is supposed to be your sacred? Like, I understand decompressing. I sit in my car. The only nigga I got in here is my son. I sit in my car 5-10 minutes, at the most 45 minutes if I'm on my phone decompressing for the day, because I'm not bringing that shit in my house, and I sit on my motherfucking couch when I come in.
Okay.
It's a lot being out in the world. My house is my peace.
How many niggas you know when you come home from work?
Why do niggas feel like they come in the house and they coming into a nagging bitch? Why you a bitch nagging? Maybe because she spent all day doing something and you came in and dragged your muddy ass shoes, or you left fucking handprints on the door that she used a special kind of cleaner she mixed up to clean. Maybe because all day she didn't hear from you. Maybe all day you didn't ask her how her day was going. Maybe her day is consumed with making sure that you're good, and then checking on the kids, and then checking on herself. Because when it's women, we're the last one. We check in with ourselves last, unfortunately. So while you thinking, oh, here go the bullshit, ask her why she feeling like that. Conversation. Why are you feeling like this, man? Let's talk. Let's talk. And I'm big on, I tell you that shit all the time. Like, sometimes, you got to go away. If you go away for a day and leave them kids, man, fuck them kids, and just reconnect and solidify your union and bring it back, a lot of shit would just be better. Like, we so busy living life toxic, because a lot of ego and pride is involved in this toxic shit. Like, motherfucker come in the house with attitude. How the fuck he got an attitude? I had to do this, that, and the third. Man, fuck him. Now I got an attitude. Your attitude just made me have an attitude.
That's how most girls move.
And the whole time, nobody had a conversation.
But that's how most women move. When think about it. When you come in the house, you could have a messed up day. You just said it yourself. Why you ain't ask your woman this? Why you ain't do that? Why you ain't do that? How, I could be having a fucked up day.
Negative already, your day fucked up. You could be like, yo, you see her face like, oh, babe.
But ain't you supposed to, as a relationship, ain't you supposed to peep, as a relationship, ain't you supposed to peep the vibe? You know your man. If you're in a relationship, you know your man the same way your man know his woman. If you come in the crib little off than other days, right? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you be able to, we talking about toxic relationships here, as a relationship,
right? That's a toxic response.
But shouldn't you be able to assess the situation? Shouldn't you be able to assess the situation? I'm gonna give you an analogy. If I come home from work and I see that my lady is agitated, I'm not gonna add on to the agitation with matching the energy. A lot of women do that shit. Do be having an attitude, had a fucked up day to come in the house.
You are lying, because y'all niggas is out here and matching bitches' energy. So, well, a lot of the times I want to call y'all niggas sis.
What?
Y'all out here matching energy. That's toxic. Matching energy, because I don't have that in me. I'm not matching nobody energy. I'm not about to be out
I don't
here
know a nigga on earth that I don't know no niggas that match women energy. The most shit that men do, men will lock down. Men will lock down. Men, once we get to a certain cap, listen, I'm gonna tell you why. Once we get to a certain cap, we know as men that anything can fly out our mouths. Once you reach this level, I'm talking about this level, not here. I'm talking about this level. When you reach this level, you know anything can fly out your mouth. At this point, your brain and your lips are connected. There's no in between. There's no gray area. Whatever pop up in here is flying. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not toxic.
But
that's
check
not
it.
Toxic.
This is why I said, like, you gotta understand your partner. Now we're gonna talk about the individual. Yeah, we talked about the overall relationship aspect, but now we're gonna talk about the individual. You supposed to know your individual. If I come home from work and I see that my lady is agitated, for me, because I understand my woman, I'm gonna give her space. I may ask, yo, is everything all right? She may give me a little nasty ass, I'm not gonna match that and be like, well, fuck you then, bitch. Like, I'm not gonna do that. All right, she going through something, let me give her space. She's gonna embrace me sometime in the day if she really wants to. Let me just give her space, but still in a way let her know I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Women, not all women, but especially these young motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about shit you going through. Your man could have died yesterday. Your big homie, the plug, is locked up. You ain't got no money now. Guess what? They hear those words, no money. Pew! Out of here. Out of here. Anything that you got.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Whose fault is that? At the end of the day, so you mean to tell me that when the money stopped, the relationship stopped?
On integrity, y'all are not out here choosing based on intelligence. Y'all are out here choosing bitches who look appealing to your eye, but then you bring her home and that bitch is feeding you tuna fish and oodles of noodles, and she ain't food for your soul as well. Y'all be mad because she out.
So because we see with our eyes, we first of all, men are visual. Period.
Visual, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when we see a female and we think that female,
so y'all realize women are good for your soul. Like, y'all worried about feeding the sexual urges. Y'all worried about feeding the wrong shit. Y'all not feeding your minds. Y'all not feeding your souls. Y'all out here looking for these bitches that don't even know how to do that, and then be mad when your mind elevates and hers doesn't.
But don't we have to be somewhat in tune with the female to understand who they are? We can't see that. We can't see that off the first go round, sis.
Y'all not tuning in with women. How long does it take to see who a person is?
Truly?
And I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself too, because it's motherfuckers that I've known for years that took me years to realize they were never for me. Men and women, they were.
There's certain attributes that that are like what's going on right now with the Instagram red flags. You know what the red flags are?
We be tapped in because our fake fucking toxic ass loyalty that we have in our head leaves us in situations where common sense is like, bitch, why you ain't been leave? Why you ain't been stop fucking with this person?
Love is blind, and it'll take over your mind.
That's true. Like, but again, when you know better, you do better. A lot of the times, growing out of toxic mentality is just a point of growing. Acknowledging. Like, I laugh and joke with all of my friends. They call me toxic. Like, I've been called a lot of toxic names, toxic, Black Widow. Like, because my friends ain't shit.
I've been called toxic too, but I don't get it.
I recognize some behaviors that can be seen as toxic, but
like what? Give me an example. I love examples. Give me an example.
I'm not to put my business out here.
Nah, because I've gotten the label of toxic before because of my mentality and my demeanor, and I'm like, yo, like,
right.
I feel like for me,
the shit that fly out my mouth, my behavior, sometimes, one of my sisters is like, bitch, I can't stand, like, this is why I call you toxic. And I'm just like,
is it honesty? Is it honesty?
To me, I appreciate my friends and my sisters for their honesty.
No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is when you say, for instance, for me, I'll speak on me. I've heard the whole toxic thing, but at the end of the day,
I've seen you be toxic.
I tell the truth. You know that shit.
No, I've seen you be toxic. I've seen you be toxic.
Give me an example. Right here live. Give me an example.
I ain't gonna be, like, I remember it was a situation with a female who was going through something in her family. But, because she told you that. Because she told you.
Yeah, that shit was toxic as fuck.
Toxic as fuck. Because she told you that she would have something for you and she wasn't able to provide because her family was
I had to fix my glasses. Hold on.
You all but said, bitch, fuck your family. I can't have you. If you can't stand on your word, what you said to me as a woman and as your man, if you can't stand on your word.
Whoa.
You went hard on Shorty. You
You
went
said
hard on
as your
Shorty
man. Whoa.
as a
That's for
man, not
another
your man. I'm
episode, but
sorry. Hello, hello, as a
was it
man,
your
as a
man, man?
man. No, that was a slip. As a man, you attacked her integrity. You attacked who she was as a woman, and you all but said fuck her family because
That
you
was young.
toxic
That was
man.
young bundles. That
You
was young
toxic
bundles.
man didn't get what you want, and like a typical toxic
Hold on,
male,
let me take
when
my glasses off. That
right
was
when met with
that
a
was
no
young
on the
bundles.
distance, you cried on the inside and you threw a fucking tantrum.
That was young bundles.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I've seen you be toxic.
Yeah, that was some toxic shit. I ain't gonna
That
lie.
was crazy. That was crazy. Cause I was like,
That was some toxic shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
yo,
But listen, at least I'm honest. At least I'm honest enough to say, you know what? Yeah, I
right.
did do some
And then you
toxic shit. I
change
ain't
that
gonna.
behavior. Exactly. It's about acknowledging your toxic behavior. Like when my friends tell me that I've done something or I've said something or I've moved in a toxic kind of way, because it's easy to slide back into that shit
That's a
to get
fact.
the results that you want. It's so easy. But you know what? I stop and I be like, all right, bitch, you ain't had to play it like that. You ain't had to play it like that. And I check myself and I change my behavior. Yo, and you know what else? I'm big now on apologizing. Not saying you're sorry, because sorry motherfuckers say they're sorry. I'm big on apologizing because I know sometimes what I say is lost in translation, especially if it's in a text. Like I pick up the phone, like, hey, did you get what I was trying to say? Did you understand what I was trying to convey to you? So I know like I have a tendency to be toxic and slide into toxic when I don't get certain results, because I'm sometimes I'll get on some bitch shit and do that fake ass matching energy shit if my ego is really in charge and my Gemini is really charged up.
Matching
But I
energy.
know better, and I come down on myself because I know better and I do better and I move better now. So I will apologize for my toxic things that I do and say. So I do apologize for my toxic being. Well, I won't come out and be like, yo, you know what, I was being mad toxic to you. I apologize. No, I'm not about to say all that. But, I will say, you know what
Do
I
you think
did
some
this
people
day,
deserve
what I
toxic
said.
energy?
Because sometimes you got to break somebody down to build them up. And that was toxic for me to just say. But I absolutely sometimes, and I'm not comparing myself to Jesus by far, but God does it. He breaks us down. He breaks us down like a fraction and then builds us back up better. So sometimes if I'm with a toxic person and I'm engaging with a toxic person, I'm going to out toxic you. Because if I can't do shit else, I know how to do that. But I'm going to build you back up and I'm going to love you and I'm going to nurture you and I'm going to make you better, because I think that that's what we all should be, better versions of
I ain't got no
ourselves.
time for that, man. I ain't one of the holy apostles. I ain't got time for that shit. You got to fix your own self.
But
you got to fix your own self.
But I know I'm a nurturer. I know I'm a healer. So I am fixing myself, but I'm also woman enough to fix what's around me. Because why you want certain energies around you?
Ray is back. Ray said, "Oh boy, women always have a reason for their bullshit.
Nah, because
They all
somebody hurt
toxic
Ray.
as fuck."
I want to meet the bitch that broke Ray heart. Like somebody, you know what it is? Somebody dropped the ball with Ray. It was a bitch that broke Ray and didn't build him back up.
Why does it have
And
to be
didn't
that?
build him back up.
Why can't he be talking from living experience?
He can't. Ray, you need me actively to be a friend of you. Me and Ray, I'm gonna start calling Ray. We're gonna start politicking on the phone because I feel like friendship with me makes you better anyway.
Sis, can I ask you a
Professor
question?
Leto.
I'm gonna ask you a
What?
serious. I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
What?
Do you feel like there are a lot of women out here like you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like the majority of the women out here are like you?
No.
No, right?
No. Because they don't know better yet. They don't
All
know
right.
better. It took me a lot.
You
get
are
where
what
I'm
I
at.
like to call, and I hope I'm not offending you when I say this. You are what I like to call sophisticated, not ratchet, but hood.
Oh no, I tell you that. Like I'm sophisticated ratchet to the heart. Like
all right.
I
So
can
now
turn
we're
it off
going.
and turn it off and on. I'm
So now
sophisticated
your
ratchet
man.
to the
Hold on.
heart.
Let me take my shades off, baby. I'm not married right now, baby. This is
There you
bundles
go,
talking.
nigga.
This is bundles talking. These bitches out here ain't shit. A lot of these bitches out here ain't shit. They want to fuck. They want to fucking suck all day. Don't bring nothing to the table. Don't got no type of ambition, no type of goals, no type of nothing. But you want the man to have all this stuff. You living in the project, but you want your man to have a nice car, a big ass house, 401k, like I said earlier. All these extra things that you haven't even required yourself. So for
y'all
you
will
to
live in a projects right with that bitch.
I'm not this nigga.
Y'all will live in a projects right with that bitch.
Not this nigga. Because best believe what you put out is what you gonna get. If you get an ain't shit nigga, you an ain't shit bitch. It's that simple.
You saying bitches ain't shit. But men will want women to hold them down. What's that? What is that? Let me ask. That's my question to you. What's holding your nigga down? What's that?
It depends on the situation. Like if I'm out in the field and I'm out in the street, you know what I'm saying, and me and you are living off of my street credentials, there is certain requirements that is needed of you. Meaning,
I'm gonna fuck your wife up.
Meaning, like at the end of the day, if I get jammed up, you know to hold it down. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to nobody about my business. You know what I'm saying? If I need you to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things. It's certain levels.
It's different for everyone. I realize.
Yeah, it's certain levels. Like it's holding down doesn't have a direct definition. It's all about the situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, don't let what happens to me. If you hold on, sis, if you really love me and you say that you really with me and we're in a relationship, don't let little things hinder or derail the relationship. What I mean by that is that I had a conversation with my wife and I asked her, I said, yo, what would it take for you to leave me? You know, she said like, you know, pedophilia, raping bitches, shit like that. Put my hands on her, you know, shit like that. But money was never brought up.
Because that's somebody who's gonna love you through anything. That's what love should be.
Bitches ain't doing that nowadays.
We are okay. Now let me ask you a question.
If you ain't got the bag, nigga, you single.
I always wow. I always
if you ain't got the bag, you single, nigga.
Love and being compassionate and being loving. I always use this. So if a person, and I got this from one of the pastors that be online, I can't remember his name right now, but if a person has a gallon of love, right? You're the gallon of love.
A gallon of love, okay.
A gallon of love. That's just, if we're measuring love, it's a gallon fucking full of love. And the person that you love and who loves you is only a half a gallon. Now you can pour your whole gallon into it, but at a half a gallon, it's a cap. And they ain't gonna probably be able to.
We're gonna have to get a phone line because they writing whole paragraphs.
They going crazy in the comments. But when you're empty and you're half a gallon person who loves you at their half a gallon and they pour everything into your empty gallon. So now they poured all of the love that they had inside of them into you. Is that still love? Is that still holding you down?
That's dumb.
It's dumb? Yeah. Because they don't love, because people only can love you at the capacity that they know.
No, what I mean by that's dumb, meaning
it's not. It's not to love someone with your all. That's what.
I'm gonna answer your question. We always talk about you supposed to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. So pouring your whole, half a gallon, whatever you want to call it, into somebody else, that off top is wrong. You never supposed to give somebody your all.
If you're empty. You're empty. You ever heard of somebody filling you if you're empty?
That's not my responsibility.
So if your woman, if your wife just does not have it, and I'm just like, her energy is down, she's not feeling good about anything, you don't pour into her?
Yeah, but I'm not going to pour my all because I got to keep some for myself.
But self-love
is important.
First of all, self-love is absolutely important. What I'm saying is that you can't base love and the love that you have for someone and what they have for you on how much of it they give. They can only give what they're capable of giving. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But so what if you pour all into somebody, but it's not what you could pour? Let's say, like you said, a gallon of. Let's just use let's just use love, whatever your love is or my love is or whoever we talking about. Let's use it as
Uh-huh.
milk. Yo, I'm pouring my gallon of love in you. This is what I got. This is how I love. This is how I show my affection. This is how I do. This is
Right.
how I show you that you, me, you and I are one.
Mm-hmm.
But Shorty don't drink no milk. She drink apple juice. You just wasted the whole gallon of milk because she don't drink no goddamn milk. She want her love this way. Oh,
I
you
can't
an
stand
emotional.
getting
Hold on,
called.
you an emotional nigga. You pulling out chairs. You doing all that. Yeah, all right. He's showing you true love, but guess what? If she ain't that type of chick, she the type of chick that want to get her lace front snatched, want to get fucking sent out on shopping sprees. That's how she resonate what love is. That's what
Can
I
I
mean
can
by
I can I
toxic
can I, can
relationships.
I
Now you
interject?
busting your
Can I
ass to
interject?
try to
Can I
fill her
interject
tank
and
up.
say that was what you chose, though? That was what you
Sometimes,
chose.
sometimes,
That
not
was
all the
what you
time.
chose. Because I'm not
Sometimes,
where I'm at now
cause some
is
women can
that
see the potential in you. Cause we all know women love using that. Oh, I saw something in them. Women can sit there and see the potential in you.
and
Potential
fall in love
simp.
with that shit.
Hold on, potential simp.
No, we
Potential.
fall in love with
No, no, no.
potential.
I'm just saying you can be a potential businessman, a potential hustler. Shit, you could be a potential simp. Bitches can see the simp in niggas.
Oh my God, we back at this again.
I'm just saying. It's we can't talk about the others and then leave out other things too. Women can see that in you. So yeah, you can enter the relationship as, she's special, she treat me this, she treat me that, and we also know that could be part of the game too. You can have the bag and not really use it how most niggas out here use theirs, being flashy and all that. But a woman can smell that shit on you. Woman can smell that shit on you. It's just how you
But
carry yourself, how you
I'm
demeanor, and
beyond
this and the third.
flash. I'm
All I'm
beyond
saying
flash
is,
being a love language. I'm beyond that.
all I'm saying is that when the transition hits, whether it be money, whether it be whatever it is, when a transition hits, 'cause every relationship hits a transition. Every relationship hits a transition. That fork in
Hmm.
the road.
That's
When
when
you
you gotta dig your fucking heels in, because that's
ex-
when it get real.
exactly, and a lot of girls in today's day and age is not doing that.
A lot of men fold at that point.
How
A
we
lot of men fold at that point.
explain?
A lot of men fold at that point
I,
because
can you give me
you just
explain?
you. I'm explaining. Hold on.
Okay.
You're saying that everyone everyone's relationship reaches a fork in the road. Sometimes that fork ain't easy. Sometimes it's your ability to
Relationships
tough it
ain't
out.
easy.
Like relationships are not easy. It's so easy to love everything about your person when you see the sparkle, when you see the shiny, when you see the bubbles and the stars and all of that shit. But like, can you love the ugly part of it? Like when it starts to turn ugly, can you love somebody through that? Like I really will show you the ugliest side of me before you get, because can you love that part of me? Niggas be like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Can you love this though? Like, cause it gets real on this side. Like I'm dealing with a lot of shit. I'm learning myself still. Every day I learn something new about myself. Every day I wake up a new person. But are you gonna love me through that process? That's the question.
I'm gonna love you through that, but that can't be a clutch. What I mean is that if we're in a relationship and we're building together, this is something that you had on your plate before I got here. So of course I'm
As you
gonna
have shit on your plate.
check it. This is something that you had on your plate before I got here. So me wanting to be with you, yes, this is one of the things that I have to deal with. But we also talked at the beginning of the conversation is that helping your spouse or significant other heal. That is also a responsibility in a relationship too, is helping each other heal. But if you realize that you trying to help somebody heal is changing you, you gotta bow
What do
out.
you mean changing? It's for the negative?
Meaning, like, if let's just say I'm a happy-go-lucky person, and
Mm-hmm.
my spouse been through a lot of trauma, been through a lot of, just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, me understanding that and being in a relationship with said individual, I'm going to try my best to help you. But in the
Mm-hmm.
midst of me trying to help you, and nothing is changing in me trying to help you, but I am changing into the same type of individual that you are, always mad and always this is that, I got to get away from you.
Do you have those kind of uncomfortable conversations
All the time? Not now, because I'm in a relationship that I love
place?
and everything.
Yeah,
I'm in a good place. But prior to that, like, if I start taking on your anger mannerisms, that's a problem. Because now we both mad. Now we both.
That's not positive, anything that's not, because it's not gonna always be positive. But anything that's not growing, so it's positive. Like you can change your negatives.
My wife is in the chat, baby. We can't read these paragraphs that you.
Because she's speaking from her heart, like she's letting the conditions. She's speaking on the conditions of love. That's also a good point. That's a part of unconditional love. I don't mean like you gotta love someone to where it changes you negatively, because anything that has a negative, that was like the definition of toxic. Anything that is negative and changing you for the worse, you should definitely not be a part of. Anything that's making you less than or making you a worse person, you should not be a part of. But in a relationship, in any relationship, I'm talking about the friendships, the love interest, you should always be building. You should always be able to look to your person, be it a lover or a friend, and know that, you know what, this person got me. I'm fucking up, they're gonna check me. They're not gonna let me stay toxic motherfucking bundles. They're not gonna let me stay toxic fucking Leto. They're gonna be like, yo, they're gonna make you hit to that shit. And you gotta love and appreciate that. What you mean what's the limit?
Meaning, like, if you with somebody that's toxic and you just trying to really make it work, you really trying to fix the situation. And for you, how long?
I cannot fix toxic for you. First of all, again,
y'all can help fix each other. Put it like that. Let me say that.
You can. But this is okay. Again, this is me going. If I told you how many times I go to therapy in a month, this is me being in therapy right now and knowing that you gotta want to change. That's the key. You have to want to change. Because a person that doesn't recognize a behavior as bad ain't going to see nothing wrong in what they're doing.
How many people are out there in society right now that are moving just like that?
When you know better, you do better. You know, that's what I say for everything. When you know better, you do better.
Okay. All right.
We human. We can't be. People be expecting you to move like
we've been here. But you also gotta have
keyword
accountability.
This is accountability, absolutely. But we all of us are out here living this one life that we gave. We winging this shit. We learning as we go.
Ray Lord said trying to fix toxic people will get you used.
Again, who hurt you, Ray?
I kind of understand where he's coming from with that, because if you get a toxic person,
every person who I feel used me, changed who I was as a person, they won. They won.
I hear you on that. To touch on what Ray said, though, what Ray said, I kind of get. I'm not going to say I 100% agree with him, but I kind of get it. Because toxic people will drain your energy.
Hurt people.
Exactly. And they drain energy. You being a person you being a person that is just, happy go lucky and full of life and just full of, good positive energy. People will drain that.
You said where you cap it at, when it starts to affect who I am, I'm going to respectfully step off.
Absolutely.
I'm going to respectfully step off. Like I don't, and when I leave, I just don't I don't feel like I'm at a point now where I have to explain myself. Because if it's something that I spoke about already, I'm not going to explain myself because I have to preserve me now.
But then your partner will resonate that as you not paying them attention.
I don't look for explanations. Anybody, because by all means, if being around me or if knowing me and you feel that I am too toxic for you and you feel that it's affecting you, you are more than fucking welcome to get on before you get spit on. Do you? Because whatever is going to make you, get on. And I'm going to respect it because I'm not going to drown with you. I'm not going to drown with you. I'm going to give you my all until it affects who I am as a person. Because I think everybody can be helped. I think everybody, you learn something from everyone. Like you are definitely a cultivation of like the top 10 people in your life and that you're around that makes up who you are as a person. So I'm definitely, if I'm
Shit,
growing,
if
I'm
that's the
changing,
case,
I'm learning.
god damn.
If I'm growing, changing, and learning, guess what? I'm dropping them jewels and I'm showing. Mama, nigga, my first week of therapy, I was like, guess what I learned in therapy today? Guess who I am? Yo, you know that? And they like, bitch, we've been telling you for years you was kind of off. But when I realized it, I was happy because, like, guess what? I'm not broken. People are like this.
But
People, it's
why you gotta be
normal.
broken though? That's what I don't like
That's what it.
for
Okay,
me.
but that's what I thought. You're right. That's what I thought. My
Why do you
therapist
gotta be
literally
broken?
told me last week, Tiffany, you are not broken. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Right.
I didn't
That's
know
just
that.
who you are.
I'm just out here moving, and I thought it was something wrong with me. No, it's nothing wrong with me. Behavior. So I have certain behaviors that aren't good, but I acknowledge that and I adjust it accordingly. But I'm not broken.
Yo, Ray, my last toxic relationship taught me how to eat chicken wings. What the fuck?
He's an asshole. Ray, you're an asshole.
Yo, Ray, what does that mean? What does
In a
that mean?
relationship, explaining is very important. Your wife said, yeah, if you're in a relationship, you definitely have to be clear and concise about a lot of things that get said and done. You have to.
Oh,
Now,
that
if
was
I eat
all right. That's a
chicken
red
wings,
flag. Ray said he said now if you eat chicken wings, personally, I will leave. No, professionally, I will leave.
professionally, what the fuck does that mean?
That's one of his triggers. All right, for instance, right?
Because like it definitely is to me a certain way
It's a trigger.
to eat chicken wings.
No, I'm not even talking about the chicken wing part. I get what he's saying. He
Oh,
just
okay, because I'm hungry now.
that's one of his triggers. It's like for me, there's been times when my wife has said something, and I'd be like, "Damn, like, babe, don't say that no more, because you sounded like such and such." And she'll come back to like, "I don't sound like." I'm like, "Yo, I'm telling you, like, as soon as you said it, that person's visual popped up, and it messed up my whole aura."
Yo, them triggers is real. Now with triggers, we can't just I had this conversation last week too. We can't just always allow these triggers to have power over us. We got to get to the root of why it's a trigger. Because if somebody knows how to trigger you, they control you.
Okay, I got you on that. Yeah, you definitely told me that before. Because I got super big triggers.
Right. So we gotta do that. I always ask you, why you mad, yo? Why you mad? You be like, here this shit go. No, because I want to know, why you mad? Why is this angering you so much that you feel like you gotta behave this way, my nigga? They won.
You know what it is? It's toxic, but it's toxic in a way where it's like, I know how I want to handle the situation, but I'm conscious. Person? Listen, I'm conscious enough to know this is the battle that goes on my head since we're going to toxic, right? I know what I want to do, but I also know the outcome of if I do it. Mm-hmm. So that's the confliction when it comes to that relationship with whatever this is. I know what I want to do, but I know if I do it, the outcome of it is going to be negative as fuck. So that's a battle within myself because like my heart is like, yo, just full speed ahead, but my brain is like, yo, you know better.
And that's that's from toxic learned behavior. You didn't just become certain parts of who you are overnight. This is learned behavior. This is something that you picked up along the way that worked for you. But I always tell you, everything that worked for you before ain't gonna work for you now. I always say that to you.
Absolutely.
Different levels, different devils, my man.
Listen, this show in itself is therapeutic for me, man, because there's certain things that I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, you gotta chill. But as far as the toxic relationship part, especially when it comes to my significant other, let's just be clear, toxic relationship doesn't just start at men and women. It could be friends too.
Yeah,
toxic relationships is in friendships as well.
That's why it's in relationships. Like that's why I made clear that I said that it's friendships. It's anything that and any person that you exchange energies with. Anything that's around you exchanging energy to you can potentially be toxic.
I think that
I'm just aware of
I
what
come
you
into
bring. Be
every
aware of what you
situation
bring
with a
in.
good. I come into every situation with good intentions, but I'm honest enough to say that if you do something that piss me off, toxic is gonna be my middle name.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm a
called
violate.
matching energy.
I'm a
That's called
violate.
matching energy. But okay, but then I be asking like when you get to the point to where you be like, because I tell you sometimes I tell you too, nigga, like nigga, you mad because you want to be mad. You
I
mad
didn't
because you
I
want to be
never
mad.
understood that until I want to say maybe a couple weeks ago when you said when you said that. I was like, well, I don't want to be mad. Like, what do you mean I want to
You
be
choosing
mad?
it.
Like,
You
what you
choosing.
talk
You
about?
choosing. You choosing
But
it.
then
You
I'm
mad
like,
because you
yeah,
want to be
because
mad.
it's easy for me to hear something, whether it be my wife, friends, or whatever. It's easy for me to hear something and be like, you know what, whatever. But I take everything to heart because
Mhm.
because for me, I don't throw around the word friend loosely.
Right.
I don't throw around the
Right.
word
And
homie
I'm careful
loosely.
with my words with
You know
you.
what I'm
And I be
saying?
tearing your ass up. And then I tell you what I tell you, but I love you.
Nah, that's a fact. But what I'm saying, this is why I said with certain things when it comes to my toxicity,
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on my toxicity. If I label you a friend, if I label you somebody that I'm cool with, or even in a relationship, and you cross me, it's like the phoenix, nigga. Like when you see me, just know, like yo, listen, that nigga bundles on. I'm gonna stay away. Like I'm not gonna sit here and attack you as soon as I see you. I'm not gonna go cowboy on you. But you best believe the energy level is gonna be so high and so awkward because I'm not the type of person that I could just design my feelings about situations. I don't know how
Right.
to do that. I don't know how to
Hmm.
sugarcoat and act like it's nothing when I know for a fact it is. So when I'm around, I'm going to poke my chest out. My mannerisms is going to be different. It ain't going to be too many smiles. And, you know, people might be like, oh, this nigga Bundle's being toxic as fuck. Nah, nigga, I'm pissed. And the shit that I want to do, you know what I'm saying? We get a little too on top. But
You just made
that's
yourself mad and just talking about it. Look at you.
look, see, look. That was the epitome of what toxic relationships are. You
We
just
just
saw it
watch you.
live
We just
on
watch you
here.
build.
I
We
just
just
had a
watch you
toxic moment.
build. You
I
tight
just
right
had a
now, my
toxic
nigga.
moment. I just had a toxic moment. I'm not even gonna
You
hold you.
tight. Look at you. You chose that though. You chose that. You just chose that, my man. But carry on. I'm listening.
But yeah, that's what it is with me. It's like, and I'm learning with the conversations that I had with you. How many posts have you told me to take down? Your bundles, you
There
wildin'.
you go.
Your bundles,
But I
chill.
understand it's a growth. I don't get into the post telling you that shit. I say
Yeah,
what I
you hit me
say, but
directly,
I
and I
definitely
appreciate that.
hit you like my
Same
nigga.
thing with my
Come
wife.
on.
My wife would tell me all the time, like, yo, why you worried about that? I'm like, yo, nah. But that's just the way I am, and I am
And
learning.
I have those moments too, but you know what? Less and less. I'm learning because I don't want nobody to have that kind of control over me. I don't want nobody to have that control over you, my nigga. Like, yo, my big sis hit me yesterday and she said, I started to write this, but I had to call you and tell you that I am so proud of you. And I was like, what? She's like, girl, I see you and I see the growth. She's like, a lot of these motherfuckers, they
You was with
just
the
know
shits,
better.
man. You was with the shits, my nigga.
Facts. This woman, my big sister, she's known me since I was shit 13 years old. Wow. Since like I had no chill. For who what 18-year-old, you know, wilding. Like I wow, like shout out my sis niece. Like she's like, I remember that. I remember your mother coming to the house talking to my mother, like, yo, I can't do nothing with her. She can't stay here. I got other kids. Wilding. And she's like, to see you grow as a person and growing into who you are, queen, I love it. And I'm amazed by it. And I know that you had it in you this whole time. And I'd love to see it. Like that shit meant more to me than anything. And I didn't know that I needed to hear that. That I am being a better part of me. I'm becoming the best version of myself. And this is someone who's known me from a child to now. I'm in my 40s now.
How's your spirit?
It's my spirit. I'm so peace. That's what she said too. I'm at peace. It's a difference now because I'm at peace. I had a lot of wars raging in me, a lot of internal battles, and I took it out on everyone. I was cut and bleeding on everyone and everybody in my path. But I
I think
always
that's where
felt
it's
that
at with
my
me.
heart was good. My heart was good. My intentions was good. And I loved so fucking hard. I still love so fucking hard. So I used to personalize friends. I personalized what friends did and said to me. I personalized what a significant other, um, any of my significant others that I've been in relationships with. I question that. I personalize a lot of the shit that they said to me. But a lot of the times, my friends and my fucking lovers, y'all got some shit with you too. And I will always say that. So, all right, enough about me. Let's talk about you. But it's so easy to point out somebody else's shit because you don't have time to focus on you if you pointing out everybody else's shit. And you ain't about to sit here and tear me down, and I'm not gonna point out your shit. But pointing out that shit is irrelevant because guess what? If they don't see it as a fucking wrong, they're not gonna change. I learned to take the things that I
Do
know
you
is
still
dead
deal
wrong
with
with
those
me and
individuals?
change it. Nah, not a lot of them. My circle's small. My
See,
circle's small now.
for me,
Everybody can't go with you, my nigga.
it's a trained it's a trained thought process, and I had to really sit down and really talk to myself. It was a trained process. You know what I'm saying? For the first couple of years of my life, you know, I was raised by my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My father came home from jail. It just so happened that all the men came around at the same time. Like my father got out of jail.
That's a
My
lot of masculine
godfather,
energy.
yeah, my father got out of jail. My godfather came around. You know, a couple of the big homies that's in the neighborhood that know me, and we was always taught like to mean what you say and say what you mean, and to be true, be loyal. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cutthroat. Anybody that move like that, to bust their ass. So now with me being older and coming into the world, and like I said
Toxic
before,
masculinity.
if I label you my friend, there's nothing in the world I won't do for you. If it's in my
Right.
grasp and you my friend and you need it from me, you got it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way
Facts.
I was raised. That's the way I was brought up. Now, unfortunately, with a lot of individuals in today's society, that's looked at as a sign of weakness. And
Mm-hmm.
they prey on that. So
Mm-hmm.
then when certain things go left or certain people betray you or things like that, I feel like, you know, how you supposed to handle it is like, you know, that person did me dirty, fucking walk away.
Right.
Not my toxic ass.
But
Cause
that
I was
toxic
cause I was
society that
raised
she's speaking
hold
of
on, check
was
it.
raised on
Cause
survival. That's survival tactic.
I was raised with toxicity. I was raised
Mm-hmm.
that somebody violates your kindness, you bust their ass. So now when people violate my kindness, I get into a little rage, and I get it. I know certain people like, oh, this nigga bundles on his bullshit again, but that's just how I am. Because anybody that know me and understand how I am and respects how I am, we still friends to this day. But
Right.
anybody that come around me with an agenda or anything like that, you're not gonna last too long with me. Because guess what? I'm not one of them people to sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna bring it
Mm-hmm.
straight to you what my problem is.
Right.
Whatever my problem is, I'm bringing it straight to your door. I'm not going to run it through third party. None of that. Any individual on God's green earth that I've ever had an issue with, as far as you want to call it toxic relationships, they know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where a lot of people do the smoke and mirrors thing. They'll talk about you, but won't really say it directly to you, and then they get back to you by third person. We all know how that third party shit happened. They could have said one
That's
thing, and by the time it gets to you, it'd be another.
telephone game.
You know
Game
what I'm
of telephone.
saying?
Remember that game as a kid? You go in a
Exactly.
circle and you say
How many?
some person and
Listen.
you go
How
all
many
around and
times
the
in the
whole
last
circle
3 months?
goes.
How many times in the last 3 months have I called you and told you, "Oh, yo, I heard this, that, and the third"? And you like, "Yo, brother, like,
And
why
what
you
I
even
say?
bother on that?" Yeah, you tell me, like, why you even bother with that? And I'm like, you know what? Again, toxic relationships is toxic mind frame.
Because
When
it's
I
easy
talk
to
to
slide
you,
back into that. You know where you want to be, though. That's all I do is remind you of where you want to be and where you've come from and where you're going. That's it.
absolutely, absolutely. So, like
That's
I
it.
said, like you said, it takes time, it takes training, it takes discipline. You know what I'm saying? All those things come into play when it comes to just relationships, whether it be toxic or non-toxic. Those are the things that you have to tap into to try to like maintain and get control over your toxicity. That's how I view it. I mean, let me know if
It's
I'm
growing
saying.
from it and elevating from it and touch. Everybody is supposed to ride that wave with you when you elevate. Many fall along the way. You hit it right on the head, sis. That's what it is. Everybody can't go with you. And that's the reality. I am thankful for everything and every person that has ever mishandled me as a person, didn't give me the love that I deserve, who just all around fucked me over. I'm thankful because there's a lesson in all of that for me. I'm not going to change who I am as a person, but there's a word called discernment. I use that now. I
Right.
use that. I'm very much aware that every smiling face is not happy to see me. And
Absolutely.
that's cool.
Absolutely.
And that's cool. And I'm thankful again because I'm able to grow from that. I'm thankful because that didn't change me, who I was. Like, I'm still going to greet you with all the love because I know, again, a lot of the time, motherfuckers is raised on survival. If you don't know what to do with the package that I am, you don't deserve me anyway. As a friend, as a lover, as anything. And I know what I bring to any table and anything that I'm involved in. So it's nothing for me to remove myself because you're going to miss it. It's a whole vibe and you're going to look for it and you ain't going to never find it again because that's who I am. You're going
I
to look
like
for it in
that.
everything.
I like that. That was hard. I like that.
So,
You know,
I'm
I
cool.
appreciate you,
Again, my
sis.
circle. And I appreciate you, my nigga. You already know that. I'm cool with my circle because those are the ones who made it through. Those are the ones who embraced my change and didn't buck up against it and didn't personalize my change. And I distanced myself from a lot of motherfuckers. But it's a handful of motherfuckers that made sure, bitch, I don't care what it is you're going through. I'm going to be here on the other side. Like when it was dark, it was so many people shining lights at me when I couldn't even build a fire to guide my own way. It was that at the end of that tunnel, I had so many people pulling for me and I never realized it. Those are the ones that I love unconditionally. Those are the ones that I will do anything for. Those are the ones that you absolutely cannot tell me anything about. Where it used to be everyone that I used to be crazy about like that, it's those that showed me when I didn't have it, like when I was empty, who poured into me. And that's why I make sure I tell motherfuckers I love you. That's why I make it sure motherfuckers know I'm here. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care what time it is. I don't care what you need. If I got it, it's yours. And I'm coming. And I'm coming with everything.
Right.
Just gotta
Listen,
appreciate it. Growing from the other side of toxic. It's real. It's real. I'm enjoying it. Like, I love it.
I'll be there one day.
You get in there, my nigga. You not who you are. Like, and I told you that. And I told you, like, real talk, I would not fuck with you if I didn't see the change. If I didn't see the change. Like, you are absolutely not who you were when I first met you. It's a process because look how long it took me, my nigga. If I don't have nothing, I have patience. And I know that you want. I know everything that you want. I know everything that you want. And I know, like, my nigga, I'm your fucking friend. I'm gonna make sure you don't, even when you drop the ball, my nigga, I'm gonna alley back to you like, my nigga, all right,
Oh,
catch it.
my
Because
shit is simple. You want me to listen.
you've changed as a
You want
person.
me to
You're
get
growing. People
you want me to
grow,
get
nigga.
100% toxicity out of my system? Keep bitch ass niggas away from me.
Nigga. But that's your definition of bitch ass nigga. We're not gonna go there. Because again, a bitch ass nigga is
Just keep
definitive.
bitch ass
It's
niggas away
what
from me.
you,
That's all.
that's a part, but I understand also that that's a part of your growth. I don't never invalidate how you feel about anything. That's a part of your growth.
Nah, I
One day
do.
maybe you'll wake up and feel different. God is good.
Listen, I'll never sit here and try to say like it can't happen because like you said, like if this was a couple of years back, you listen,
Right.
man.
See the
Please,
change? Look, see the change?
everybody can change elevation. So at the end of the day, we
Fact.
understand toxic relationships can be fixed just based off elevation, and there's so many things that go under elevation, communication, you know, really
Your
sitting down and
mind,
yeah, your mind.
your
That's another
mindset
thing.
elevates.
There's so many different things that you can elevate from that. So don't think that toxic relationships are the end of the world. They can be fixed. They can be worked on. And that's that. This was a good topic, sis. Salute to
Mhm.
everybody on the check-in. Salute to Ray Lodge. Salute to
Appreciate
my
y'all
sister
checking
Touch. You
in.
know what
Yes,
I'm
my sis
saying?
Minnie,
Minnie
the
was in
white PJ
here.
Rivers.
Yes,
Who
yes.
else
Who
was in
else?
here? I saw Big Bugs. I saw Bugs chime in.
Yes, yes. My man
But I'm
Don
not for
John. All
anybody that was talking shit in the beginning. I'm not giving y'all shout outs because y'all toxic. Because y'all are toxic. and Professor Leto doesn't agree with toxic shit.
Oh man, yo, we here, man. Till next week, man. It's just
The
my
next
so
week.
crooked opinion. Yo, what, y'all?